gentlemen, once again, it's Sunday, folks. It's Sunday. It's Sunday evening, 6 p.m., roughly. And your boy is here. What's going on? It's your boy Onyx here, going full nerd. What's happening? You could be any place, but you are here with me right now. Shout out to everybody in the check-in. What's happening to my man Wilbur? Just coming in on live chat. Appreciate it. Welcome to Going Full Nerd. That's it. Yo, I'm going to start this off. We're not going to talk about football. I ain't talking about football. Football season over. I'm gonna be that typical fan. Football season over. Everybody need to be fired. When you get beat by the Cowboys, then get beat by the Bills. It's just like really. I'm beginning to feel some kind of way. It's almost like I'm watching and playing Madden. It's like I can't cut a break between the NFL and EA Sports. Nobody likes my Giants, but that's okay. But let's check it out. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start this week off just like we start every week off, which is we're going to start it off with announcements. And announcements are, as always, thank you each and every one of you for going ahead and watching and popping in on Going Full Nerd. Thank each and every one of you for sharing and liking this video. Please go ahead and hit a like on it. And remember, if you want to subscribe, if you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button, hit the bell for the notifications, and show your boy some love by adding comments to the video on the replay. So, let's get it right. Remember, check me out on youtube.com/goingfullnerd, anchor.fm/goingfullnerd, Facebook group, you can find it, Going Full Nerd, and you can also check me out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, now that we've gotten that out the way, make sure you hit this video with a like. Let's talk a little bit and start off with this week's top box office. I haven't been to the movies in a minute. But that's okay, because I'm not really feeling what's in the movie theater right now. So coming in at number 1 is It Chapter 2, second week in a row, sitting at number 1. Pulled in $40.7 million this week. I dig it. Everybody want to be scared. Everybody's scared of clowns, I got a few clowns in my life. Not afraid of them. Ain't that right, Supreme D? Anyway, I don't mess with these clowns. But, It Chapter 2 pulled $40.7 million. Coming in at number 2 is the J-Lo hooker stripper flick. Okay? It's the J-Lo hooker stripper flick that people are just like waiting to see this, called Hustlers. Coming in at number 2. It pulled $33.2 million in the box office this weekend. I mean, it's a little eye candy. I mean, J-Lo is part of that. That's the age. She pushing the half century like the rest of us. It looks alright, but there's some roles I don't think are believable for her anymore. I just don't see the 50-year-old hooker stripper. It just don't work for me. But anyway, Hustlers. If that's your thing, that's the movie you want to watch, you watch that. Your boy ain't looking at it. Unless my wife make me go see it, I'm not going to go see it. It'll wait till DVD, Blu-ray, red box, streaming, bootleg, whatever you want to call it, before I see it. It'll be on Netflix before I see it. Coming in at number 3, Gerard Butler. Like I said, I cut him off after 300. Gerard Butler falling from number 2 to the number 3 spot in Angel Has Fallen, pulling $4.4 million. Coming in at number 4 is the raunchy kids comedy movie, whatever. It's not for kids, but it got kids, called Good Boys, pulling in $4.2 million. And coming in at number 5, that live action, computer CGI, real looking animals, Beyonce, Mr. Glover singing Hakuna Matata, Lion King 2019, pulling in $3.5 million. I mean, domestically, it's got like $500 million in the bank already. It is what it is. It is what it is. So let's get to the subject. Let's talk a little bit. Does anybody know what today is? Does anybody know what today is? Today is September 15th. And I'm still trying to figure out why, but today is designated Batman Day, September 15th. I mean, I thought Batman made his debut in like March or May. Back in 1939, this Detective Comics number 27, during that time. But they designated September 15th, and I'm not real big on Batman lore. Don't get it twisted. I'm like a casual Batman fan. I'm not a big Batman fan. I'm a casual Batman fan. I talked to my boy, my old high school buddy. I talked to Omar yesterday. He was like, yo, man, you need to talk a little bit about Batman. I know you down with the Marvel. I've known you for years, player. But you always doing the Marvel. What's up with Batman? I know you got some Batman fans that watch your show. I said, yeah, I might need to talk about a couple of things about Batman. But we're going to talk a little off stuff about Batman. Because you ask, well, what is Batman? What's Batman? Batman comes to mind, you say billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. No, that's Tony Stark. My bad. That's Tony Stark from Marvel. See, I'm slipping back into the Marvel. I'm sorry. But check this out. Batman, Bruce Wayne. Okay, he's one of the most loved or overrated characters depending on your specific viewpoint. You either love him or you think he's too much hype. I'm going to just say that. Because, over the years, straight up, we have had so many different versions of Batman. We've had tons of Batman. All sorts of Bat costumes, Bat this, Bat that, Bat-da-da-da-da-da-da. We had all that, okay? So, this is the stuff that keeps this guy going. This is the stuff that keeps people fascinated, enthralled by the Batman. You've had your campy, 1966 version of Batman that I grew up watching on TV. You had your Frank Miller Dark Knight, gritty future, I'm old as dirt Batman. You had your Batman animated series. You had the old Batman on Batman Beyond. You had the new Batman, Batman Beyond, that wasn't even Bruce Wayne. You had Batman here, Batman there, Batflakes, Batmite, Bat. All this Bat thinking he was playing baseball. But let's keep it going. Because I think there are some interesting Batmen out there, and they just need a chance. They just need people to look at it. Get past looking at the animated and the live action. Maybe pick up a comic book here and there and find out about some of these various Batmen, Hence, me wearing the Batman hat, the Batman shirt. I'm being nice. Bat. Matter of fact, I got my Batgirl. Hold on, I got my Batgirl with me. Okay? So we gonna rock it. We gonna rock it, folks. We gonna rock it. I got Batman sitting up high. I ain't gonna go stand up and get it. Y'all don't need to see. Y'all don't need me to flex the abs, and get it going that way. But check this out. We're going to talk about two different Batmen, and what I feel is one of the stronger Batman episodes. And I'm not going to say episode as far as it's specifically a Batman story, because it is a Batman story, but it involved other things, and it kind of shows how OP Batman is. Now, I'm looking in the chat. You're waiting on the Batman Hush review. The Batman Hush review is up online. We did that a few weeks ago. So you need to roll back through. And peep out the Batman Hush review. I think that's online. Just saying. Now, let's go into some of the Batman. This is the Batman that I'm not going to say I like them, but they are interesting to me currently in the comic books. And the sad part is only one of them is Bruce Wayne. What? We're going to talk about a Batman that's not Bruce Wayne? Yes. Now, this is in no particular order. I'm not going to say who I like, what I like, when I like it, but we're going to talk about it. So let's talk about it. This is the main villain in current Batman comics, current Batman continuity. This guy is giving Batman fits in the comic books right now. Been giving the fits for the past year. And this is the Batman who laughs. So basically, what you got is you've got Batman fighting Batman mixed with Joker. Hold on, I got to take a drink on that. Let's get this right. You got Batman fighting a Batman who's mixed with Joker. Something tells me writers they may have been doing something they shouldn't have been doing. They may have to go over to LabCorp, get a urinalysis or something. I'm just saying. That's just me. That's just me. But check it out. This is the thing about the Batman who laughs. All right? The Batman who laughs is a version of Batman that hails from DC Comics Earth 22. All right? So think about it. In that reality, the Earth 22 Joker, okay, he learns of Batman's secret identity as Bruce Wayne, and he starts killing all of the other Batman rogues. All of them Jokers, Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face, all of them, starts killing them, to include Commissioner Gordon. All right? Then what he did is he subjected thousands of people in Gotham City to the chemicals that made him the Joker. Okay? So this sounds typical Batman Joker-esque, minus the Joker actually killing other bad villains and Commissioner Gordon. I mean, you got to go over the deep end some kind of way. So it's not an Elseworlds. This happened, Earth 22. They could do that on an alternate Earth, alternate dimension, alternate timeline, whatever you want to call it in there. But they did this, all right? So this subsequently kills several parents in front of their children with the goal of turning them into a combination of himself and Batman. Okay, so this is crazy. This is like out of control. Okay, so when Batman finally gets to the Joker, okay, Batman goes over the edge and he kills the Joker. All right? And then what happens is when he kills the Joker's body releases a purified version of the stuff that made him the Joker onto Batman. And basically what it did is it turned Batman into the Joker, but it had Batman or Bruce Wayne's intelligence, physical strength, and the psychopath, warped, sadistic sense of humor that the Joker has. Crazy. Okay? By the time Batman figured out that this was going down on him, it was irreversible. Irreversible. So what did he do? He said, he did what any Batman would do. He did what any Batman he would do. And that is, he took over. He's like, bump it. I'm Batman. I'm crazy. I'm Batman. Shoot, I'm going to take over. I'm going to do what Batman does. And I'm going to just take everybody down. So basically, he killed off the superheroes, got his element. He basically turned his own son into a mini Joker and started recruiting the children that were transformed by Joker's toxin and called them Rabid Robins. Okay, if you remember when it was introduced in the comic book, he was rolling around and they were talking about, with that Robin, he had him on chains. He looked like he had the darn he had that BDSM sadistic gear on with the leather and the ball gags and all and the chains. It was like they wrote this. It was like 50 Shades of Bat. It was like crazy on that. So, but that was the whole deal. Now, basically, this character ended up being so popular, so desirable, people started liking it, which kind of makes me a little happy and a little sad that people were getting into comic books again. But it was making me a little sad that people, you got to do some off-the-wall crazy story to get people into comics. But this was just something like, wow. So they found a way to have him fight off against the main continuity Batman, which they did. They did the whole Dark Knight or Dark Metal or Nth Metal, 10th Metal, whatever it is. They went through that, but they kept that character around. He is the only survivor of that dark universe, flip evil version where these Batmen were taking over and all this other stuff. But that was the thing. That's the Batman who laughs. Crazy. They got a whole storyline going on now. Year of the Villain and Warner Brothers and the DC Comics. And it's like, he's changing other people into dark twisted versions. I think Supergirl got twisted into a dark Supergirl. I think Blue Beetle got turned into a dark Blue Beetle. Shazam is like a Shazam who laughs and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. But pick up some comic books. Go to the store. You check that out. It's interesting. It'll be in a thick novel soon. It'll get down like that. Now, let's talk about another Batman that's actually giving people fits in the comic books right now. And that's Flashpoint Batman. I did a couple of reviews on these. I did a review on the Flashpoint cartoon. I didn't do it on a comic book, but the cartoon was very similar to the comic book. And this Batman is the result of what happens when Bruce Wayne dies. Crazy, right? You notice all these ones that end up popular are real dark for some reason. I'm not really feeling all this dark stuff. But anyway, it's the Dark Knight, right? Right. Okay. So in Flashpoint, Bruce Wayne died as a child. And it was in the incident that killed his parents. So we all know Batman's origin. He was coming back from Zorro with his parents, or whatever you want to do to update it to current times. Hey, Mom, Dad, this is all cool. Joe Chill, villain, give me your diamonds, give me your money, pow, pow, pow. And in normal continuity, the parents died protecting Bruce. Bruce became the Dark Knight. I am one with the night. And he goes and he wages his one-man war on crime in Gotham. Right? Boom. Boom. Okay? I knew you'd like that Zorro reference. I knew you would. But anyway, so now, in this twisted version, okay, basically, it was like, oh, okay, give me your money. And then Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, is like, nah, you ain't getting nothing, son. And like, boop, 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 the gun goes off, bam, bam. But it doesn't kill him and his wife. It actually shoots and kills Bruce as a child. So what you now have, Thomas Wayne, struck with grief, becomes a darker version of Batman. This is a Batman that uses guns. This is a Batman that carries the gun that killed his son and uses it to take out Gotham's villains. And oh, by the way, his mom, struck with grief, loses it all, and she becomes that reality's version of Joker. Remember what I said about these writers? These writers... Sometimes it makes me wonder what these writers... I think this is what those writers be doing. So I don't know. So they come up with these stories. And they did that. Okay? Basically, he's ruthless. He's more like the Punisher version of Batman. He's more extreme and has a darker tone. Well, he's currently in the comic books right now. He's in the comic books. He made the jump over to the prime comic book reality. And he's giving fits. Matter of fact, he's helping take over Gotham in this Batman Year of the Villain thing. And this is the crazy part. He's got Bane working for him. He's got all these villains working for him and doing all this other stuff in conjunction with the other villains. All right, don't get it wrong. This is a big villain crossover they doing in DC Comics right now. And here's the cool or crazy part. They just got rid of Alfred. Bane just took Alfred and was like, he did him with it like, hey, you see that over here? Over where? Click over there. did Alfred like that. And then Damien is straight tripping. So, he throwing down with his grandfather. Batman, I don't know what Batman doing. Batman just all over the place. He be getting beat up, not getting beat up, be getting broken. He come back, he do this. But everybody keeps talking about how unbeatable Batman is. But he be getting his butt handed to him. How? Let me do it again. How does Batman roll around Gotham, giving the skippity paps, giving them the 012, okay? And yet, and let me say it again, and yet, there is still crime in Gotham. Gotham is still overrun by crazy super villains. I'm just saying, if Batman, and this is to my Batman fanatics, this is what I gotta ask. If Batman is so efficient, if Batman could beat anybody he sets his mind to with prep time, how come there's still crime in Gotham? That's what I want to know. That's what I gotta know. Somebody answer that question for me, and no, it's not Batmite. So that's my question. I need somebody to write this out and explain this to me. Don't tell me it's about his moral and ethic code. We get into that. I know Batman don't use guns. Okay? Batman tries to lock people back up, wants them to be rehabilitated. He wants to strike fear in them in the night and all that good stuff. I understand. That's the mind concept that we all have about Batman. But I want to know if Batman can defeat anyone with a bunch of prep time, why hasn't he stopped his rogues gallery? That's what I want to know. Batman is 80 years old. Batman has been in comic books for 80 years. And in 80 years, you going to tell me the Joker, Penguin, Clayface, Batman, Bat, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, the Riddler, all them Jokers is still around. It's still around. I'm just saying. So that's just my opinion. My humble opinion. But I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm going to end off, and I'm going to tell you about this story. This is actually my favorite Batman story, okay? And my favorite Batman story actually was in a Justice League story arc. And that Justice League story arc, it's in the comics, it was called The Tower of Babel. If anybody read that, they made an animated feature about that, and that was called Justice League Doom. If you remember that one, I did a review of it on the YouTube channel, so you can go back and check that out. It was actually a pretty good animated feature, but I'm talking more like the comic book. Now, what it did is it was basically Batman's perceived betrayal of the whole superhuman community. This is where people realized that Batman had a contingency plan for everybody. He had a contingency plan for every superhero he was connected to. So they basically had this happen. Ra's al Ghul caught a bad one. He was like, you know what? I'm tired of the detective. So I'm going to break it to the Bat computer. I'm trying to do a Ra's al Ghul impression, and I'm sounding like Donald Trump. I'm going to break it. It's going to be real big. I'm going to break into the Bat computer. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. It's going to be epic. People are going to love it. Okay? I'm going to break into that, and I'm going to take out the Justice League. I need to be smacked for that one. I need to be smacked for that one. But it's going to be huge, folks. So what did he do? Okay, Ra's al Ghul went in, got in the computer file, stole everything, all of Batman's stuff. He got Batman's files on every Justice League member. He went and he got Batman's Pornhub account password. He got Batman's Pinterest, login ID, was posting random messages on Batman's Facebook. He was doing all that, sending out 2 a.m. tweets from Batman's Twitter account and all that. So what he ended up doing, okay, So he put this coordinated attack on the Justice League to keep them off of his back while he was trying to do his thing of global domination. Okay, I need to stop trying to do that voice. But anyway, what he did is this is how he took out the whole Justice League. Now this, Ra's al Ghul did it, but Batman is guilty because this is Batman's plans. Batman stood up one night, had him a beer, and was sitting there in the back computer. How do we take out the Justice League? Let me figure this out. Martian Manhunter. He can read my mind if I think about this too. So this is. So if I cover him with nanites that just cover the outer layer of his skin and change it to or cover it with magnesium, air would make him burst into flames. With him being afraid of flames, that would just take him out. That's cool. Hold on. Let me take a swig on that one. Okay, let me write that down. Martian Manhunter. He down. Now, he's spending his time doing this with the Justice League. He should have been doing this to Joker, Penguin, Riddler. He'd have been doing all that. So he said, Plastic Man. Oh, I gotta watch Plastic Man. This dude rubbery, he can slide in, slide out. He doing the wave. He, doing all that stuff. You know what? I'm gonna freeze his plastic ass with liquid nitrogen and hit him with a hammer. That's about right. He'll survive. It's all good, but he won't be able to stop me. Got you. That's it. You know what? That's another one. Let's put that one in the book. I'm gonna put that one in the back book. Click. Aquaman. This dude, water, huh? Maybe if you know what? This is what I do. I hit him with that scarecrow fear toxin because it don't wash off. It take a while to get in the bloodstream. He'd be scared, so I can make him scared of water, so he won't get his strength and won't get in the water, so he'll be weak, so I can take him down. Makes sense. And without water, he could die because, Aquaman got to get in the water. Dude part fish. I mean, this is pre-Jason Momoa Aquaman. Jason Momoa Aquaman walking around with tattoos, drinking beer. But that's a whole different story. We just got to make sure we get him someplace where it ain't going to rain on his happy ass. But I got you. Now, how I'm going to do Green Lantern? Green Lantern, he's just a regular dude, but he's got the most powerful weapon in the universe. This is going to take some bat thought. Let me put some bat thought on this one. Well, it's not Hal Jordan. It's not Guy Gardner. You know what? It's Kyle Rayner. Young dude. I got him. This is what we're going to do. We're going to hypnotize his ass to render him blind while he's asleep. Okay? Then, since he can't see, he can't guide the ring to make constructs because he can't see the construct to know it came out right. Okay, we could do that. All right, we could do that. All right. But we can always recover that, but we just got to take the ring away after the fact. But Green Lantern, check. Got him out the book. Now, Wonder Woman. That's one tough chick. I could holler at her because, she been making eyes at me for the longest. I'm thinking, I'm Batman right now. Yeah, I'm sitting in my cave. Diana come with that rope. She want to do some old 50 Shades of Wonder Woman with that thing. So it's like, okay, this is what I'll do. I'm going to get the nanites again. Because I'm the tech dude. Batman, I'm going to get the nanites. And then I'm going to make her think she's trapped in a virtual reality battle against someone she can't defeat and is equal to her in her every way. Because, she hard-headed. She will not surrender. She ain't going to surrender to somebody. It's sort of like, hold on, let me check something. It's sort of like being married and your wife swears she right. And when she swears she right, she don't back down. See, I gotta look, make sure nothing come flying at me. But married guys will know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's how he did with Wonder Man. She just was still fight. So she was gonna fight till she died of exhaustion. That was cool. All right. Then they had a special Vibra bullet. Now I ain't gonna tell you how bad that sounds. I think he got it from Spencer's Gifts, Adam and Eve, or some website. I don't know. But he got a specially designed Vibra bullet that shot the Flash in the back of the neck and causing him to have seizures at light speed. Now that's gonna get just not a regular seizure, but up. So let's get the Flash out of there. Now, here you go. Think of this. Superman. He one of the hardest ones because they make Superman damn near impossible to beat. Kryptonite, yeah. He can smell and feel green kryptonite coming from a mile away. So this is the deal. Superman's skin, it can become transparent after the exposure to red kryptonite, causing him to feel intense pain, as well as overloading his natural absorption of solar energy, because he's a big solar battery. That's how Superman gets his powers. He's like, absorb that, I'm strong, and all that good stuff, right? So his super senses was going to become overwhelmed, all right? Now, red kryptonite is an artificial creation of Batman, while he took green kryptonite and changed it so he could find a way to take out Superman without killing him. And that's what that was. So basically, he was going to get Superman to the point, I'm hurting. I can't take Advil. I can't take ibuprofen. It hurts so bad. That's how that worked with Superman. Now, how did Ra's al Ghul defeat Batman? Now, this is where I don't get it. Did Batman put his own weakness in the book? Did he drink enough of these? Or had enough batweed? Or whatever you want to call it? Did he do enough of that to say, you know what? And if you ever want to get me out of this, you go ahead and you go steal my parents' bodies from the graveyard and I'm going to be distracted. That's how Batman was thinking. Now, this was the Ultimate League betrayal. I mean, in the comic books, they kicked him out the Justice League after this and all that. I'm like, okay, cool. I dig it. I feel you. I see what you're talking about. But this is the whole thing. That was a storyline that kind of proved Batman is always OP, overpowered. All right? He's the greatest detective. He always can come up with a plan. He's the best fighter. He's the super leader, but he's a regular guy. No, he's a playboy, billionaire, philanthropist, much akin to like Tony Stark. Basically, he didn't want to fight for truth and justice. He paid to fight truth and justice because his wallet was big enough to fight truth and justice. God forbid he had to pay for the damages that he does with all his bat equipment. I'm just saying, but I'm not going to hate on Batman. I love Batman. Today is Batman Day, September 15th. All right. That was enough of my rant on Batman. And I'm going to tell you, Batman is not exclusive to DC Comics. Because, truthfully, I think some of the best Batman was Nighthawk from the Squadron Supreme. Yeah, I said it. My Marvel love has come through again. If you go ahead, not classic Nighthawk, not the blue, not Kyle Richmond with the red cape, the blue suit, and the yellow hawk on his chest. Not the classic Defenders Nighthawk, but I'm talking about the African-American Nighthawk from the Squadron Supreme miniseries. He was a pretty good freaking Batman type character that was almost better than Batman. So anyway, that was my rant. You heard about the Batman that I found interesting, which was the Batman Who Laughs and the Flashpoint Batman, Thomas Wayne. Do me a favor, go ahead, hit me up on Twitter or hit the comment section inside of YouTube. Please go ahead and let me know what or who is your favorite Batman of all time out of TV, movies, and comics. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a true Batman. It could even be the sidekicks, however you want to say it. But anyway, this is your boy Onyx. This is the end of my podcast. It's getting hot. I'm almost done with my beverage. And I like to kind of say one last thing. Hey, remember everybody, it ain't over yet. November 2nd is the Going Full Nerd charity fundraiser for extralife.org. Hey man, y'all ain't been donating. Y'all some stingy old jokers. Hey, I'm still at $880 raised out of 1,000. I know y'all got it. Open up your hearts. Open up your wallets. Go to extra-life.org. Find Team Going Full Nerd and go ahead and make a donation. This is to help provide medical assistance to families at Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. It's one of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals that really does a lot to help parents and kids who need that medical attention. Just got to throw that out at you. And as always, remember, follow me on Twitter. That's at Onyx1969. Glad to see all of y'all popping in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, I want to say, if you can't say something nice to somebody, don't say anything at all. Just send me the note. I'll talk about them bad for you. It don't make me no never mind. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here. Let me hit that outro music. And oh yeah, we found Low Cuts. He sent me a note. He said, ain't no hurricane hit me, my island on the other side, and he'll see you when he see you. Peace, and I'm out of here.